Hi and welcome back to another video of JPlay. I am Marcus and today I'm doing something I guess slightly new because I was playing around with the idea of having a series that it's called What Did I Play Last Thursday? You might wonder yourself, what is he talking about last Thursday? Thursdays is typically our game night. So I'm hosting this, let's say, little event, not alone. I have some help, of course, but we get some very nice, basically a family restaurant which we can use in one of the social communities here. And yeah, every Thursday we are meeting up there. Attendance is a little bit different every now and then. So I think we have between 12 to 16, sometimes 18 folks that are joining us, sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more. And yeah, obviously I'm playing a lot of games and you might wonder what kind of games I'm playing. And I recently got the feedback, very helpful feedback, that I'm relatively or somewhat erratic in the choices of the games I'm playing in my channel. But that's basically me. I'm really playing an awful lot of games and very different kind of games. So during game night, I'm usually not that kind of a solo player. I'm not playing a lot of thematic games, even though that was a little bit different last Thursday, basically yesterday. But typically I'm really playing a lot of auction games, a lot of games that requires a lot of interaction, but also the typical, usual, common Euro game, for example, and sometimes also some filler games. So I was wondering if you would be interested to hear about the games that I played on these game nights. And yeah, pretty much toying around with this idea a little bit. So let me know if that is any interesting for you. And if not, I can relatively easily stop with this series. But I still thought let's get things going and let's see how things go from there. So yeah, let's simply start from what I did last Thursday. And the first game that we played yesterday was Firefly. Yes, typically we start at 7 p.m. because it was a public holiday yesterday, at least in the area where I live. We started a little bit earlier, so I think we met at 4. And we started really playing this game 5:30 or so, with setting up, with explaining. Problem is, we had at least one newbie on the table, and also the other two weren't as seasoned. So that's something that I observed yesterday. The game can have some length if you're playing it with folks who don't necessarily know this game particularly well. The other problem was we played more or less all in. I think we left the bounty cards on it and we didn't really consider any piracy jobs, if you know what I'm talking about in this game. But yeah, it definitely has taken some time and the game can be brutally swingy. I'm totally fine with that. I'm very much simply enjoying the ride. So I think I came in last actually yesterday. The newbie actually won the game. Of course, yes, he got some support from us and whatnot. But apart from that, he really did a very well job. I think he understood what it was to really focus on the job at hand. And he was pretty much preparing himself. Yes, he was luckier than others, let's put it like this. Also, maybe let's call it a problem with this game, it's heavily random based. Sometimes you would simply are stopped basically with every movement you are taking. Others maybe are going through the verse much easier, but ultimately, yeah, I definitely enjoyed this game. And in case you're wondering, I think Gale Force 9 are working on a Game Found campaign to bring this game back to the shelves. I think they come up with an all-inclusive box, and I think they're also introducing some new stuff. And from what I read, you can get the new stuff if you already have the old stuff. Something I definitely highly appreciate that they're doing this. Yes, I'm relatively certain I will chime in. I also have the game map somewhere. This is the stuff that I brought in game map, which I brought to the table yesterday, and this is definitely making the words much bigger. Again, if you're playing with basically both of the major expansions, then yes, you want to play with the game map. But yeah, ultimately, I still very much enjoy this game. I think it's really something that you should play more often with the same group, because then the turns can really go like that, because then you are supposed to check out or plan your turn ahead of time. When it's not your turn, you should check out the market decks, you check out the discard piles of the job, and then when you are basically when it's your turn, then you really know what you are getting. For example, that's something that somewhat was missed yesterday with some of the folks, but anyway, I still very much enjoyed the game. And then I think afterwards, this has taken us, let me lie, I think we were through this around 9:30 or so, kind of, give or take. I don't know, can't quite remember, but I think there was still a lot of attendance during that time. So new groups formed. The friends I played the game with, more or less, majority of those, a couple got back home, so we had to find new groups, but that's typically not a problem. And someone brought Valbaram with them, or with him actually. I think we had even two copies of the game yesterday, and we played the sleeved one. And it's very relatively short game. I think including explanations, we played 30-35 minutes tops. And for me, it was really beautiful artwork. It's by Studio H or Studio Ash, the guys who also did Northgard, for example, a game which I really do like. Unfortunately, there is not yet a solo mode out there, an official one as far as I know. Otherwise, I would totally cover this. But it felt to me somewhat of a mixture of Fantasy Realms and Libertalia to some extent. Definitely unique enough, so it's not just clones of some mechanics here, it simply had some similarities. I'm a big fan of Libertalia, I also do enjoy Fantasy Realms every now and then. And yeah, ultimately definitely a very enjoyable game. Maybe because I won this session, this was pretty I do enjoy winning every now and then, even though it doesn't happen that often. I mean, you noticed that on my channel. But definitely a cool game, definitely something worth checking out. Maybe I will, I don't have a copy of the game myself. Maybe I will flash some whatever artwork here during magic of editing. But yeah, that was Valbara. And then the last game we played, we still had some time. So I think yesterday we played around after 11:15, 11:20. Again, we played Nightmare Productions by Rainer Knizia and Trick and Treat Studios. This is basically a remake of Dream Factory, I believe. An absolutely amazing and stunning game. We brought this to the table now more than once, actually. I think we played it during game night 2-3 times over the last couple of weeks, and everyone I introduce it to is really, really very much fond of it. Nice interaction, the auction mechanic, even if you don't like auction games that much, it has still this rewarding element that you are distributing the money that you are spending to the other players. You really want to finish your movies. Gorgeous artwork in this, very thematic, so definitely a very, very enjoyable game. So you don't need Nightmare Productions, of course. You can be totally fine with Dream Factory. There have been some minor twist to this version of the game here. At least I played it last week with someone who is a very seasoned player of Dream Factory, and he mentioned a couple of things or so, but he wasn't really annoyed by that or any what. I think he may even won the session of Nightmare Productions as well. Can't quite remember. But yeah, ultimately really, really an enjoyable game. And that already concludes today's episode. Everything is still relatively, I would think, a little bit rough and rusty. Hopefully I will get better over time. Let's see how things go. And yeah, let me know if you're interested in that. For now, I will keep going, even if only 50 of you or so will watch this. I will keep going. It doesn't take an awful lot of time to record this, but I still think it's a great way to stay connected with you guys. So yeah, let me know. Also, make me aware of anything that you think I should be bringing to game night. So leave something in the comment and I will consider this and will bring it there. And maybe it will also help me to plan for the next game night, what games to bring and whatnot. And by the way, over here is Art Deco, a game that we played last week. Also something I'm playing relatively often the last couple of days and weeks. Also very enjoyable deck building mechanic in this one. So, but yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what I should bring to the table. Also make me aware of games that are maybe somewhat flying under the radar, but where you think would be a great addition to game night. Again, our game night group is very, very diverse in respect to everything basically, but also in respect to taste, in respect to board games. So there could be the occasional Euro games, sometimes really thematic games. I think yesterday also Clan Catacombs have been played. I know that, what did I see as well? Darwin's Journey was on the table, and also some much lighter games. So really a very, very diverse group in respect to interest and everything. So again, let me know what you think. Let me know what I should be considering for my next game night. And then, yeah, let's see. Let's hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And yeah, until then, bye-bye.